Do you need a spiritual guru to find your way? Hey, good morning, my friends. It's John here in my living room. I've already finished my big mug of John's Joe coffee this morning, and I'm now sipping broth, keeping my throat nice and lubricated. I wanted to hop on and talk about this concept of gurus. Now, this recent debate that everyone has been arguing about online, the Billy Carson Wes Huff debate, has kind of brought something else to light. The idea of the guru. There's the new age gurus, there's the old age gurus. There's this concept of a spiritual leader that is there to guide you into your spirituality. When I look at this concept of the guru and the teacher, uh, I find it's completely antithetical to everything even Jeshua taught. Because Jeshua said that the path is found within, that you find the kingdom of heaven within you. And in one of my regressions, he said, when you seek a path is laid before you, but until you turn the path back to yourself, you never find the doorway. The problem with leaning into a guru or a teacher or putting your faith in someone else like that is that you're literally turning your path to them as opposed to turning your path to yourself. People will often ask me about their spirit guides. Well, spirit guides themselves are a 1980s New Age construct. This idea that you need a middleman between you and God, to me, is completely wrong. But that's my belief. If that's your belief, you believe as you will. Spirituality is a personal journey. I found that when I embraced my oneness with God and my directed connection to God, my own spirituality became clearer. The information I was getting became clearer. The feelings of God became clearer because I didn't have this middleman in between me and God, because I truly believe that God and I are one. And I believe that you and I are one. And this idea that you need something or someone in the physical to come to your connection with God, to me, is completely antithetical to everything I believe and everything I believe Jeshua taught. I think that oftentimes in the physical world, we tend to look for ways to feel powerful. And oftentimes, especially nowadays, the modern gurus, the YouTube gurus, tend to um, do it for power or for money or for glory. And in that idea, they will do whatever they can to get followers to make them more successful as being a guru. And so when I look at this idea, do you need the guru? You don't need the guru. All the information's out there. Everything's out there. People ask me, why aren't you just sharing the information openly? There's 1,700 videos on my channel, and I keep telling the information freely, right? So this is my information for me and my personal truth, but many people tell me they don't believe the things that I say, and I'm like, great, perfect. You should never follow one person. You should never, ever, in my opinion, you should never, ever lean into one pathway that isn't going directly to you and within yourself. When you put your focus outwardly on a guru or a teacher or even a method, modality, or religion, you're actually looking outside of yourself for meaning. You're looking outside of yourself for this construct of connection to something greater, but you're adding this layer in between of this guru or this teacher, this religion. Everything you're looking at is an illusion of belief, and in that illusion of belief is you, and there's God. And that's just it. I tell people all the time that your life will be what you believe in this present moment. According to Moses, God's name is I am. And whatever you ask in God's name is granted if you have faith. Well, if you're putting your faith in a guru or a religion or a teacher or anything outside of yourself, you're not being in the I am moment. You're being in the they are moment. They are the truth. They are my guiding light. They are my, and you start to deify them. Early on, somebody put up a video about me, And I asked them to please take it down. And the reason I asked them to please take it down is because the whole video deified me. And I'm like, no, no, no. That goes against everything I believe and everything I teach and everything Jeshua taught. There is nobody greater than you. We're all one with God, and there is no part of God that is greater or lesser than any other part of God. You are directly equal with everyone within God. And within that equality of that divinity, you have the complete power of God to manipulate it and put it forward. When my son was 6, he said, Daddy, God told me he's in everything and everyone, and we control the God part inside of us. Now that's from the mouths of babes, right? That is such an emotional truth, such a truth. We control the God part inside of us. God lets us wield our experience through our belief. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted if you have faith. That belief, that faith, that idea, right? God's name, I am, not I was, not I will be, not they are, I am. That power within yourself where you get to say, I am living a life of joy. I am living a life of abundance. I am living a life surrounded by people I love. I am living a life that lets me thrive. I am living a life of stillness and grace and calm. All of those are present moment declarations, right? But you know what else are present moment declarations? I am struggling. I am hating this world because of, I don't like that person because they don't think the way that I do. I am looking to that person to be my only guiding light. I am putting my power in that person over there so they can wield it, and I will do whatever they say because they said it. All of that last part was disempowering. All of that part was taking away your own personal divinity. All of that last part was you giving up on yourself. You have the power. You're wise. Within yourself is the feeling of love and the capacity of compassion. And in that capacity of compassion and that feeling of love is your truth. It's your authentic self. It's who you truly are. And when you give yourself away, you are living their life and not your own. You get to write your story. Don't be a character in someone else's. Be in this story, be in your story, be in your I am story. And when you put your I am story into play consciously, you get to create a world that is full of love and compassion if you so choose. But the second you succumb to the fears and the anxieties and the feeling less than that person, that's what you're putting into the world. That's your faith. That's your I am. And that will be shown to you. Eventually, what happens is your guru will fall. And the reason your guru will fall is because they are not your way. They are not the way you find your divinity. They are not the way you come to this place of understanding within yourself. In my videos, I often say, I'm only speaking my truth. The reason I say that is because all truth is subjective. People will tell you there's only one truth, and then they'll tell you their theologic perspective and tell you that that's the truth. If that's true, then Buddhists and Hindus and Wiccans and Muslims and the Baha'i, they're all wrong because that's not the truth. All truth is subjective. I had someone just yesterday tell me that Billy Carson was an antichrist. And I said, well, and I commented, I said, I must be one too, because I don't believe in Jesus being the Christ, and I don't believe Jesus thought he was the Christ. And the guy said, you are an antichrist. you know, that he has put all of his power and energy into the religion of Christianity, and that religion of Christianity has taken the individual power away from him. 70% of the world aren't Christian. So to that person, 70% of the world are antichrists. And when you look at it from the perspective of, I respect his beliefs, I don't believe his beliefs, I don't think I'm an antichrist, I don't in any way, shape, or form declare myself an antichrist. But if I were to take his belief, I'd be subjugated to his belief, which is subjugated to this religion that says it should judge 70% of the world, which are not Christian. So it comes down to understanding when you start putting anything outside of yourself, so giving the power to anything external, to a guru, a teacher, a religion, an ideology, a concept, you have limited yourself to that dogmatic idea. that guru has their own dogma, that religion has its own dogma. You find your truth, study everything, look at everything, and then find the things that work for you. Your truth is just as subjective as mine is. Some people don't believe what I believe. I have a principle where I measure all of my spirituality through simplicity. Because in my first regression, Yeshua said, it's so simple, we have a hard time comprehending it. So when I start looking at the complexities of religion and dogmas and gurus and methods and modalities and, breathe in for 7 and out for 8 and all that stuff, that to me is just pathways away from myself, pathways away from my simplicity. And when I let go of those things, I come back to a space of realizing that I myself am the pinpoint of creation. I myself am one with God, and I don't need anybody or anything in the physical to get there. It's more a matter of stripping all that away and coming back to myself, back to my awareness within myself of my divinity with God and my oneness with God and my creation with God. And in this one moment, the only moment I'm ever conscious, the present moment, I am a part of God. And I don't need a guru to show me that. I am. It's that declaration, it's that power of choice to say, I am. And when you step into that I am and you feel that I am within yourself, then everything's possible. And the Bible literally says, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can ask a mountain to move and it'll move. Nothing is impossible for you. Where the argument comes in is when the external religion says faith does not mean belief, it means faith in Jesus. But that's not what it says. It just says faith, period. There's nowhere in the Bible it says faith in Jesus directly. It says faith. It's a theologic idea that it's faith in Jesus. And it's a disempowering belief because it's not what he taught. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Ye are gods. Greater works than I have done, you will do. Right? Those are not ideas of making him a guru. Those are ideas of telling you that you're powerful within yourself, within the oneness of God. The Father and I are one, and you must become one with me as I am with the Father. We're all one. This idea of a guru being the only way or a religion being the only way, those are the disempowering beliefs that keep you from finding your oneness with God and stepping into your divinity and creating the life you want. So take today, ask yourself this question. I am what? Am I? What am I? I am. When you step into that concept of I am and know that you can say anything after that and believe it and it happens. When you step into that power of I am, you will literally forget the gurus and forget the religions and forget the ideas and realize all of them are based in linear time. Do this, this, and this to get to this point. That's all linear time. But you never leave the present moment. Awareness is found in the now. Divinity is found in the now. Oneness is found in the now. So bring it back to your now and choose to create it. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.